All right, welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, our beautiful country, how we're going to fix both of those things together. Guys, the fallout is beginning. The gun controllers and their favorite media outlets and their sources are losing their collective minds because the ATF is being dismantled. Their favorite toy is being taken out of the toy box as they continue their punitive action against themselves. Because we're winning, and this is what it's all about. If you guys get in here, make sure that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. I think that you guys are going to absolutely love this. Make sure we've got audio, video, everything good, and we will dive right into this. But guys, this is the stuff we've been waiting for 4 years. When I see gun control outlets like The Trace, and I'm going to show you in a second, lamenting the fact that ATF leadership shakeups and firings are happening, you know it's going to be a great video. Just saying. Make sure you share this one out. Everything looks good. Audio, video, excellent. Let's get it, guys. We are going to dive right in after I show you the limited time design shirt that we just launched. It is an inspiration of basically removing tyranny through using the powerful controlling efforts of the 2A since 1776. It's a play on Roundup, of course, with a Gadsden flag around the distributor of the freedom which destroys tyranny, the Second Amendment, the thing that we hold so dear. There's a link in the description box below. Limited time design, first one's in, first one's out, and if you do more than $50 on the order, you get free shipping on the entire thing. Don't miss out. It ends on Friday. All right, guys. We are going to dive into this, and I cannot wait to hear what you guys think. You're going to love every second of this. Because I try my best not to disappoint in these headlines, but look at this. If you ever wanted to know if this was a gun-controlling media outlet, support journalism that shines a light on gun violence. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and close that out. Nope. All right, so here we go. This is The Trace. This is a gun control outlet. This is one of the places they put their gun control propaganda, and they are really not too happy about this whole ATF thing. Check this out. Another ATF leadership shakeup, an employee exodus, and low morale. That sounds like a great time. All right, let's keep going. Let me show you what they're really upset about. As you can see from the date, this is today. I wonder what could have freaked him out a little bit. Let's dive in. Got the highlights going for you guys. This month's news that the Army Secretary Daniel Driscoll has taken over as acting director of the ATF, and explosives was the latest in a string of unexpected developments at the agency. The turmoil has caused an exodus of senior-level employees and left remaining staff feeling discouraged and destabilized. Current and former officials told The Trace, guys, are you feeling your empathy? I mean, I know I am. I'm not really, because honestly, the agency's been used by presidents and administrations to abuse the rights of citizens because they just don't like gun rights. So forgive me if I don't start crying for people feeling discouraged and destabilized when they're on their mission to write every single rule under the book against gun rights themselves, which, of course, is basically a violation of the Second Amendment of the Constitution. No big deal, though. Let's keep going. 4 assistant directors and the agency's chief technology officer have left or announced plans to leave the agency in the past 6 months. And I said on an earlier video and the earlier short that I did today, this is unprecedented movement. There's a lot of people leaving. This is a culling. This is an exodus. You're getting gun control outlets to come out and lament the fact that their favorite toy is being taken out of the toolbox. Guys, it's happening. Let's keep going. At least 2 of these officials accepted deferred resignations offered in January by the Trump administration as part of an aggressive push to cull the federal workforce. More senior-level employees are expected to accept a second resignation offer issued more recently, the official said. That is corroborated by my sources that I'm talking to about the same thing. That is what is happening. So let's keep going. Guys, when they start doing these kind of articles, it's about to get real. Immediately following Driscoll's appointment, this is the new ATF director, the Trump administration told the agency's second-in-command, Deputy Director Marvin Richardson, to retire or be fired. You guys didn't hear that, did you? Yeah, they told him to get out. And you want to know why? Watch. Richardson chose to resign, ending a 35-year career. At 62, Richardson was 5 years past the mandatory retirement age for ATF agents, but he had been granted a series of extensions routinely offered to senior officials, his former colleagues said. He was 5 years past the mandatory retirement age? Yeah, Guys, this is what they've been dealing with. This is what's been happening in the federal bureaucracies of the ATF. Well, no wonder we're getting rid of Pamela Hicks, Marvin Richardson, Megan Bennett, and some chief technology officer. The entire C-level leadership suite is being exorcised. Yeah, getting out there. Just saying, let's keep going. On April 18th, Executive Assistant Director Alfonso Hughes, one of the two most senior employees behind Richardson, followed his boss out. Guys, if they're complaining about it on gun control side, you know it's working. Gun blogs have reported Megan Bennett, Assistant Director of the Office of Enforcement Programs and Services, has been fired. But when reached for comment on April 22nd, she confirmed she was still employed by the agency with no immediate plans to retire. I will follow up on that, but all the sources that I'm seeing that she is on the way out. But I got some more stuff I want to show you, then I'll jump into the comments over here. So as you can see, they're going to start lamenting around the ATF's rocky leadership history. Again, this is from The Trace if you're just now tuning in. This is a gun control outlet, okay? They were lamenting the fact that the ATF leadership is being effectively exercised, Anyway, let's keep going. Daryl McCormick, a former special agent in charge of the ATF's Columbus, Ohio Field Division, who retired in February, said the agency often struggles to obtain resources under interim leadership. This is another one of the things they always hit on, is how they don't get funding, so they can't do their mission for safety. Yeah, this is the whole idea. They don't have a dedicated director, so that's why the left always hits on this. That's why gun control is all hit on it. Every time for gun safety hits on it, they all hit on it. They all lose their minds because they want all that money to go from things like U.S. aid and other budgetary bills directly to the ATF to fulfill the gun control obligations and desires that they have. That's the entire point. No designated director, they don't get their cookies. That's the whole point. That's why they do this. It all comes back to money. Let's keep going. Driscoll has not yet spoken publicly about his plans for the ATF. That's the new director. But he toured agency headquarters on April 15th and met with staff. A current employee familiar with that meeting said Driscoll assured senior officials that he would support their work and defer to them on most matters, and that he left a far better impression than Patel. Now, I don't love that, but we'll follow up on that in another video. That's not the point of this one. Let me keep on going here, because this is where it gets a little dicey. This is really interesting. And again, I will jump into the comments here in a second. Quote, the Army Secretary is basically a logistics guy, said Scott Thomason, former chief of the ATF's Fire Operation Division, who retired in 2012. If the whole intent is to merge ATF with DEA, it could make sense to have someone with that sort of logistics experience at the helm to oversee the transition. Notice how they bring that out and bring that forward. It's not something that we're down with. Like, that is a very big concern if that is floated. That's a complete theory that they put in there as gun control operation at the Trace that has not been said anywhere else, specifically through the guy who is now running it. I can't remember Driscoll's name. Okay, so now they're floating the idea that DEA and ATF will get merged together. Again, now they're trying to make little connections with the logistics background. The ATF announced April 7th that it was ending its zero-tolerance policy for gun dealers. Cry more. A Biden administration measure requiring stricter penalties when dealers commit serious violations of federal gun laws. Gun industry interest groups and many ATF agents had argued that the policy unfairly targeted dealers who posed little threat to public safety. Absolutely correct. It was weaponized to destroy the supply chain of the gun world. That was the entire point. It's out, it's gone, it's been ripped out by this administration and this DOJ, but they're lamenting it in the Trace. Guys, this entire thing is a big tear box from the Trace and gun controllers. Let me show you this last one. This is where they get really salty about violence prevention advocates. Yeah, they're gun controllers. They saw the policy reversal as a sign that the ATF will pare back its efforts to inspect gun dealers under the new administration, regardless of leadership. After Trump's inauguration, the agency stopped posting gun store inspection results on its website every month, a transparency practice it had maintained since October of 2021, when the Biden administration made it possible at the behest of the gun controllers. The violence prevention advocates are your friendly neighborhood gun controllers, and they're pissed that the public information isn't being spread from individual companies so they can't demonize them. Guys, this entire thing is the fallout from them losing control of their favorite little toy to hit us on the gun right side in a big effort to take the rights away in a full-on gun control push. You're seeing the entire thing be dismantled and the entire C-level and executive suites get smoked. Guys, I've been telling you about this for about a month now. When you see the Trace, the gun control advocate media, begging for donations in order to continue gun control media, lamenting the same thing I'm telling you, it's happening. All right, let me jump into the comments here real quick. What does the Constitution say? That is a great question, Mark. I think it says something about shall not be infringed. I don't know. Shall not be infringed. Social media is killing them. Knowledge is power. Yes, that's a very big, important piece. Social media and what you guys do through content like this and sharing it out, which is completely free and it's effective, destroys their entire narrative. They don't have a way to counter it because it's a genuine grassroots level effort that you guys are leading and you guys are pushing. That's why they are freaking out, because if they lose the control and they lose all the money, they don't have a way to act like they're more important than they are. That's huge. Good call out. Braden, please check out what Whitmer is doing in Michigan. I have seen that. That's on my short list. There's a lot of things that I'm trying to cover. That's a good call out, though. Maine here, the lip state that found our 3-day waiting time is unconstitutional. That's exactly right. It's amazing. Just got back from Super Dew Place. Good to be home. Deep Blue Place. Good to be home. Yeah, they need to look at Colorado gun grab now. Yes, they do. And that is something that we are hoping and praying and speaking a lot about. But for right now, I'm just going to leave you guys with the fact that the Trace is now lamenting. The fallout is beginning. The gun controllers have lost their favorite toys of control and tyranny, and we are marching on towards our patriotic duty to pass our blessings on to the next generation better than we found them. And I hope you guys have the second best night of your entire lives, and I will see you tomorrow morning. I'm Braden. See you later.